Hey everybody, it's Josh Verlin, Mattioli from the City of Basketball Love. We're here at the Haverford College. It's July 16th. Cami, we're at the midpoint of the Haverford College's Delco Pro-Am. So let's talk a little bit about who's been playing well, who we still want to see more from. For you, who are three guys that have really stuck out for you so far in the first few weeks of the Pro-Am?
Well, I've got kind of a teammate thing going on here for my first two. I'm going to pick CJ Aiken and Langston Galloway of St. Joseph University. I think I've seen a lot, heard a lot about these two. Got my first opportunity to watch them recently, and their presence together is really what sets them apart. I think CJ Aiken, he's got the 7'2" wingspan, big guy. Under the basket, he's been really great. He's been kind of a pest this year. He's been blocking a lot of shots in the Delco Pro-Am. Which is something that he's been doing throughout his entire career, but, but more notably,
CJ and block shots go well together.
Exactly. And then I've got Langston Galloway at the point. He's been playing the 1 and the 2 a lot, kind of rotating between the two, which is something that he said he wanted to focus on when I talked to him a couple weeks ago. So he looks good there. He's very explosive. He's got some really good dribble drives on his way to the basket. So I really liked what I've seen from those two. I think it'll be really great for St. Joe's coming up in the fall to see what they're going to do together and then how that's going to fit in with the rest of the team. And then my third outstanding player is actually a Temple guy. I'm going to go with senior Khalif Wyatt. I think I've had the opportunity to watch him over the past year and a half. I've seen kind of how he's grown as a player and as a person, and I think that he has the ability to score. He's going to find a way to get to the bucket, whether he has to body his way there or he's going to be explosive from three. It's kind of like a grab bag with Khalif. You never know what you're going to get that night, and I think he just finds a way to make things happen, and that's what we've been seeing over and over and over again in these Delco Pro-Am games. And your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, all three of those guys have certainly had really good summers. I actually had three completely different players to me that had stuck out. First for me, I'll go with another Temple player, Will Cummings. He's going to be a sophomore this year. He's been playing really well this summer. I mean, he's a guy who only played about 10, 12 minutes a game for them last year as a backup, as a freshman. Didn't really see much from him, but he is showing this summer he can score the ball, he can run the team. I'm expecting big things from him this year. Another guard that stuck out to me, Villanova's Dylan Enos. He's a transfer from Rice University. He'll have to sit this year out, unfortunately, for Villanova because he is looking really good. Villanova's got a lot of guards in this league that are playing well. Him, Tony Chanel, Ryan Archidiakono. Enos is one to me that's really stuck out. Third guy for me is a big man from Penn, Henry Brooks. He'll be a sophomore this year. He was a really good get for Penn. Was not supposed to go to Ivy League until he tore his ACL his senior year. Great get for Penn. Really athletic big man, can shoot the ball. He's looked really good this summer, and I think those are three guys for me that are really going to stick out. Now, Cami, with so much talent in this league, there's obviously still some people that, we're still waiting to see that spark, still waiting to see how they're going to play this fall. Do you have any guys for you that you're still waiting to see them kind of break out this summer?
Again, I have two teammates that I think, they're incoming freshmen. They've been highly touted recruits throughout their career. And I really, at this point, it's just room for improvement because we haven't really seen that much from them. So at this point, I want to see more from Daniel Dingle and Devontae Watson of Temple. Dingle is a small forward. He averaged a double-double as a junior at through his junior season at St. Raymond's in New York. And as far as Watson goes, he averaged a career triple-quadruple, one of only two players in the state to do so.
In the country, actually.
In the country,
My
fault. Throughout his 3 years of high school. So those two guys have only played in, I think, maybe 1 or 2 games each. And I just would like to see how they develop before the season starts. So I guess that's something that maybe doesn't even apply to Delco Pro-Am just over the next couple months. And then also I'm going to go with the Villanova guy for my third person for room for improvement. I'd like to see more from James Bell of Villanova. And I say that because with Malik Wayans leaving to go to the draft and that whole thing being unsuccessful, now they need someone to replace that kind of scoring output for Villanova. And though he only averaged 7 points per game and 3.8 rebounds last season in 29 games, he obviously is looking at having more playing time this season. And I'll be interested to see what he does if he fulfills that leadership role as an upperclassman on the team.
Yeah, certainly Bell is going to have to step up big, from those 7 points. He's really going to have to increase that scoring output. I had three guys. I also started off with a Villanova guy, one of their freshmen, Dan Ochifu, big guy from Westtown High School. I mean, this guy, he's going to be a freshman in college, and he already looks like a guy who has an NBA body. I mean, he's big. Unfortunately, I just don't think he's really been as dominant as I would like him to see. The other day against Haverford College, he was easily the tallest player on the court. All he had was, I think it was 8 points, either 6 or 8 points, and in those sort of games, he really should be able to dominate, easily put up a double-double, and I'm just not seeing that aggressiveness from him just yet. And another guy that I'd like to see more from is Temple Jr. Dalton Pepper. He's a West Virginia transfer, was a Big East talent coming out of high school, clearly can play, and he's on the same team with Khalif Wyatt, who's, like you said, been having a fantastic summer, and Dingle and Watson and Lavoy Allen. So certainly shots on that team are not easy to come by, but I haven't really seen him yet dominate a game like I think he could. And the third guy is a Penn guy, is Miles Cartwright. I think he's going to have to be the guy on that team this year, and I really haven't seen him yet completely take over a game. So Ochifu, Pepper, and Cartwright for me are the three. So Cammie, before we wrap things up, from what you've seen, we've seen all these different players here at the Delco Pro-Am. We've seen tons of different college players and former college players, but let's focus on the colleges for now. If you had to rank the City Six, as we head into the second half of the summer, based on the players you've seen, where do you think we're at this point?
Well, this was kind of a point of contention for me on Twitter this morning. I had a little bit of people getting a little angry at me for what I said, but I'm going to stand by it. I'm going to go and I'm going to say I have a 1A and a 1B, and I say that because in this league, there's so much going on in the City Six, so much going on in the Big Five this year. Everything is going to be super competitive. And I think that it may even just come down to being separated by one game. So I'm going to go with my 1A is going to be St. Joe's. My 1B is going to be Drexel. I'm going to go with Temple in the 3. Then I have Penn in the 4.
No, LaSalle.
LaSalle in the 4. LaSalle, I forgot, sorry. LaSalle in the 4, Penn in the 5, and Nova in last.
See, that Nova last, that's certainly going to rile up some Nova fans, I'm sure. So, yeah.
Sorry, guys.
I agree with you. I've actually got St. Joe's over Drexel for the same reason that they're returning everybody. Drexel lost Sammy Gibbons. I've actually got LaSalle above Temple right now, and I know, again, that's probably going to annoy some Owls fans, but I think with what LaSalle's brought back, at this point you have to put them higher than Temple, but what we've seen from the Temple players has certainly been impressive. And then Nova and Penn, I've got Nova 5th, Penn 6th. You can sort of debate Penn's bringing a little bit more back than Nova, but both those teams certainly have a lot of question marks. Well, thanks for watching. For Cammie Mattioli, Josh Verlin, City of Basketball Love. Have a good one, everybody.